So Ian Mccue is the current producer for Thomas and Friends, but let me tell you how he got here. In 2012, Hit Entertainment was sold to Mattel for $680 million on a 6-year deal. And they did that because Hit Entertainment did something terrible to Thomas and Friends. So Mattel got a completely new crew, a completely new producer, and a completely new writer to start fresh. And the new producer was Ian Mccue. 4 straight years, Ian Mccue was king. He was on top of the world, and he was doing amazing things. He had a great success for 4 straight years, for 5 seasons in a row. He was almost like the CGI Dave Min, because he created The Adventure Begins, and that was the best Tom special in the world. But during 2016, 2018, Thomas and Friends had a merchandise-like change, and sales and a start mark, and let's just say that company was not doing good, and Mattel was not having a good time. Here's what basically happened.
Thomas and Friends has over 1 billion YouTube channel views, but viewership has not necessarily translated into sales for Mattel. The company acquired the franchise 6 years ago for $680 million, but sales for the Fisher-Price and Thomas and Friends brands were down 14%, due in part to lower sales of Thomas products.
You would think that because of that, Mattel would go back to their old toys, and Thomas and Friends would say, hey, you know what, the crew of Thomas and Friends would say, let's go back to the old toys and maybe not stick with this. But no, they thought it was the show's fault. And since then, Ian Mccue and Mattel have made some of the worst decisions and terrible decisions. So, now we get to the interesting part. 6 worst decisions made by Ian Mccue, and we actually have a special one in the end. So, number 6, not targeting the Thomas fandom. Ian Mccue and Mattel have not been targeting the Thomas fandom. They keep on consistently saying that we are trying to new audiences, catering to contemporary audiences, not the real Thomas fandom. That's the goal. They're just trying to completely target some completely different audience. I mean, they're trying to, like, younger kids are not already worrying about the already Thomas fandom that what was before and what they were doing before. Number 5, blame the show instead of the merchandise. You see, the merchandise, like I said, was bad. It was not really good. But they just started blaming the show because Thomas and Friends was actually doing pretty good. And then the merchandise got bad, and they blamed the show even though it was on a pretty good run. So that's how all these changes happened, because they thought it was the show's fault. Number 4, making the trains anything but trains. I don't think I need to say anything. Just look at the pictures right here. Yup, it is not good. Literally anything but trains. Number 3, his decisions were so bad that Andrew Brenner left. You see, Andrew Brenner was literally like the Rev Audrey. He was like the son of Rev Audrey. I mean, he created Adventure Begins, and that is that's pretty good. When we found out that Andrew Brenner left, it was very sad that he left, and Tom's fandom was shocked. And actually, we kind of weren't shocked, honestly, because we kind of knew this was coming because he didn't like this. He left because he wanted to do other projects. And you might be like, why? Well, duh, he'd leave maybe because he wanted to do other projects instead of Thomas. But no, he had actually been working, I think, since the 3rd series or something. He had wrote a couple series for 3rd and 5th series, and then took over as the main writer in 2010 or 2012. And once this was happening, he did not like them at all because all his work was gone and they were doing something completely different that he didn't like. And he's like, no, I don't want to do this. I'm going to do something else because I really don't want to work on Thomas anymore because you're not listening to my ideas and you guys aren't really fixing the show. That's why I left. Number 2, kicking out Edward and Henry from the Steam team. Edward and Henry have been here for a long time. They've been here. They were the first 2 engines ever in the show. They kicked them out like that. But it's very sad that they left. And they're just like that. And he said that they come back in the show even though they're not in the show. I mean, like, I don't see them anywhere. And they kicked out Steam Team. And it's very insulting because they're the first 2 characters before for them, actually. Then Thomas and Friends would not have been made. And they kicked them out like that. Just like that. So it's very insulting how he kicked out the 2 most important characters in the entire show. So, yeah. I mean, it's not really nice, I guess. Number 1, Big World Big Adventures. Okay, Big World Big Adventures is bad. It is literally a mess. Like, Thomas and Friends have been around for 75 years, and for 73 years, the show had been staying on the soda. Thomas was on the soda. And Big World Adventures was sort of like the first of all this stuff. And once this happened, it was like bad. Like, we expected it to be 100% good because, you know, reboot means good, but it's like it's a huge mess. I mean, here's what happened. Thomas is going all around the world for no apparent reason, and no one likes it. And when he's on the island of Sodor, the show makes no sense at all. It makes no sense at all. And the writers completely have no idea what they're doing. So, I don't know, it's just very weird, you know? Oh yeah, now for the special one. Alright, bonus one. 2D animation. Okay, just look at this. Just look at this. I don't think I need to say anything. Look at this. Look at it. His whistles are in the right place. He doesn't have a front part, I think. His buffers, the front part isn't right where it's supposed to be. He's all stretchy. He's like, I don't know, he has blue eyes, and he's bending, like he's tilting one way, and like he's stretched. Like, it's just not right. It doesn't look like Thomas at all. Like, there have been other recreations of this 2D, and I can guarantee you that all of them are better than this. Anyways, I mean, this 2D thing is bad. I mean, look at this. This is all recreation, and they're all much better than this. Anyways, and it's all because of Ian Mccue. Anyways, I mean, not all, Mattel too, but he's the producer and he makes the decisions. And you might be like, how does he make these decisions? Well, look at this.
Want to fit in here. For these engines, the keys to staying relevant may be in Thomas's future for another 70-some years.
I think the changes we're making will make the show sort of relatable for our young audience that are watching it today.